today on 15 on 15.
The Minister of Tourism, Otmar Oduber, has his annual meeting with ATA. Plus, this new technology could make prosthetic limbs feel senses of touch. And find out more about the Miss Beauty World pageant winners. Welcome to yet another edition of 15 on 15 with me as your host, Daniela Piazzi, here on Channel 15 ATV. Let's start off the show with the latest local news stories. This week, the Minister of Tourism, which is Mr. Otmar Oduber, had an annual meeting with the ATA group to discuss a tourism strategy for 2016. The representatives from all of the tourism markets on the island met this week to discuss the budget for tourism in 2016. From their research, they were able to conclude that the tourism rates have been rising and Aruba has been attracting more visitors with higher annual incomes. The island has also experienced an increase in younger tourism and timeshare owners. The island's economic pillar, which is tourism, is expected to experience an increase of 6% in 2016. Although Aruba has experienced a drop in tourism from the U.S. market in 2008, ATA has pushed very hard over the past years to regain the market. Lately, they have been heavily promoting Aruba on local American cable TV, and we can also see the results of their work in the increase of flights from the United States. In just a couple of years, the amount of available airline seats from the U.S. has increased by 300,000. ATA is looking into opening new markets such as Mexico, Uruguay, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, and the Latin community in the United States. As for AHATA, they are very enthusiastic about the numbers and hope for an increase in more affluent tourists in the near future.
I know that the hotels are going to continue to improve, targeting improving RevPAR next year, but it'll be in the 5 to 7% range, which is reasonable given the very, very high increase in RevPAR we saw in 2014. So, overall, the numbers are consistent, and the idea, as I say, is to continue the targeted growth, particularly attracting a more affluent visitor from all markets, which will result in higher expenditures. That's the whole idea of this.
On another note, after 30 years, the Nicholas store is ready to shine once again. The restoration of the monument in St. Nicholas has officially begun. The restoration of the monument is one of the many first steps in the transformation of St. Nicholas. The Minister of Culture hopes to make the region the cultural and heritage capital of the island. This past week, the sign was unveiled to officially mark the commencement of the Nicholas store renovation. The family of the original owners were present, along with the monument's fund and project contractors. The Nicholas store will be one of the main attractions in the plans to develop St. Nicholas. The monument will become an expanded version of the community museum with an added-on indoor cafe. For the Nicolas family, this project has brought up many emotions. The 8 siblings were very attached to the home, and the restoration has brought them down memory lane. But besides having mixed feelings, the family is very happy that the newly renewed building will be able to educate the public and contribute to a little part of Aruba's history. The estimated time for the restoration will take about 1 year, and the contractors are feeling the pressure to meet deadlines, as the expectations are very high since the project is very important for St. Nicholas's development. On another note, the Aruba Marriott has just introduced its Travel Companion website, which is an interactive itinerary tool. When planning to travel to a new vacation destination, it can be hard to pick what activities to do in a limited time frame. Well, the Aruba Marriott Stellaris and Casino has partnered up with a travel website to make this experience much easier and enjoyable. The tool allows users to enter their travel dates and asks them to select one or more categories that suit their travel needs and interests. The travel tool includes themes such as romance, dining, adventure, adult-only, culture, or family-friendly. Users can then select and place the activities on their virtual itinerary and can even book them through the concierge on the spot. This tool makes it easier to plan a dream vacation for each guest. Much like the Happiness Builder from ATA, this travel planning tool gives tourists a broader view of the possible activities the island has to offer. And through social media, users are able to share the virtual reality experiences. To check it out, you can visit ArubaMarriottTravelExperience.com. Stay with us because we'll be right back with more 15 on 15. Having a prosthetic limb may no longer be a disability. Welcome back from the break. Let's move on to our latest lifestyle topics. New research shows that 2015 and 2016 will be the hottest years on record. Find out how you can prepare. A report published by the British Met Office predicts that this year's occurrence of El Niño will lead to the hottest years on record in 2015 and 2016. This climate change increases rain in some areas of the Pacific while also driving up temperatures. Recent forecasts suggest that we can expect the strongest El Niño ever recorded, and it will last into next year. Researchers are now saying that although a lot of climate changes can occur without the influences of human beings, the top factor in this radical change is mankind's activities. During a United Nations conference in November, the matter of climate change will be brought forward. Advocates hope the summit will bring the first ever agreement which binds countries to concrete measures to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases that causes these changes. Hopefully, the project Aruba is developing towards sustainability could have a domino effect on neighboring countries. Every act counts towards restoring our environment. On another note, a U.S. military agency has created a prosthetic limb that can restore a patient's natural sense of touch. This research was carried out on an anonymous 28-year-old man who was paralyzed after suffering a spinal cord injury more than a decade ago. Prosthetic limbs send signals to the part of the brain that senses touch. The results were promising. When blindfolded, the test subject was able to actually feel with 100% accuracy which of his mechanical fingers were being touched. The feelings he perceived were near natural. With all of these innovations and improvements, having a prosthetic limb may soon no longer be considered a disability. Turning the page to health. New research suggests that diet which is high in olive oil could cut the risk of breast cancer by more than 2/3 for older women. Millions of women around the world are diagnosed with breast cancer each year. A new study from the University of Navarra in Spain suggests that switching to a diet high in leafy greens, fruits, and vegetables and olive oil could radically reduce the chances of developing cancer. This study adds to previous research which shows that a healthy diet could protect against cancer. Although these results are promising, clearer guidelines regarding the role of diet and food to reduce the risk of breast cancer are really needed. If you were wondering why I'm wearing this pageant sash, stay with us because we are right back with the story. Aruba's name and Aruba's talent is recognized internationally. Welcome back from the break. As many of you may know, I have just arrived on the island after an intense week in the pageant world in the Dominican Republic. So by now, many of my viewers may know about my secret passion. Besides working on ATV, I am also pretty active in the world of beauty competitions. Over the weekend, I participated in the Miss Beauty World competition, and I was able to achieve the grand prize of the contest. Here is a little summary of the contest. The Beauty World pageant in the Dominican Republic welcomed over 30 girls from all over Latin America and the Caribbean last week. The contestants were divided in 5 categories, which were separated by age groups between 5 and 25 years old. Upon arrival, all of the candidates which had won titles in their own home countries were introduced and given pink sashes to match the pageant breast cancer support group theme. Aruba had 3 representatives in the pageant, which were Jaylianne Wester for the baby category, Josiane van der Wiesen for the preteen category, and myself, Daniela Piazzi, in the Miss category. Aruba's name was in the limelight during all of the events. On the first night, the baby Aruba won the talent portion of the competition, where she sang and danced. On the second night, the preteen contestant won Best Smile. On the third night, the Miss contestant won Best National Costume with an Aruba Carnival-inspired body piece. And on the final showcase, Jaylianne Wester won Baby of the Caribbean, Josiane won the maximum title of her category, and I, Daniela Piazzi, won the grand prize, which is the overall winner of all of the teen, petite, and Miss competitors. tough week, it was extremely rewarding. I would like to thank the entire ATV team and my viewers for the support. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending lifestyle topics. Be sure to tune back in tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.